Check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what we do. Let's go. Episode 79 of Why Always Me. I'm your host, Vader Games. First things first, my peoples come first, and my peoples are those of you on the channel right now, my peoples that support live and on replay. Thank you very much. We got a great show. You see what's here on the screen. You see the topics right there on the screen. This is what we're going to go through. You know what? Let me know if you're picking up my jacket. If my jacket is big too. Still got my running jacket on. Let me know if that's being picked up on the mic. But I got to shout this out. You saw by the thumbnail. You saw by the tweet. If you're following me on Twitter. If you aren't, follow me on Twitter, Vader Games. But this is what it is. City's evolving in front of our eyes. Cities involving in front of our eyes, and we're going to talk about it, but I have to be specific. Actually, I have to expand on what I mean by city. What I mean by city is city of the club, city of the players, the coaching staff, but city, the fans. The fans are, we're evolving. We're evolving right now. Witness it, enjoy it. I know it's stressful. I know it's tense, but enjoy it. It's happening in front of our eyes. This level of consistent competition amongst the toughest clubs in Champions League, as well as our consistent performance within the league play, we're evolving, and let's admire it. Let's accept it for what it is. Now, let me clean things up. Let me know in the comments, and let me shout out the very first person in the comments. The very first in the comments was my guy, FIFA in the building, consistent. Like City, he's consistent. He wants Carson to start. Carson's going to play a part this year. He will. Give it some time. Let me know if my jacket is being picked up. I don't want that to be the case. I'm going to shout you all out before I do a proper, show you a little bit of my city before we kick the show off. But let me go to the comments. FIFA's doing his thing. He's a soldier. He's on a mission. He said Silva's GF liked one of his Instagram comments saying, please ask Silva to stay. Hey, you have influence, FIFA. You have influence. Trust that. And now he's talking about play Lewis and Palmer. We're going to talk about the 11. You see it you see that right there. That's the last thing we're going to do on the show. We're going to talk about my possible 11. Carson, time to shine. Carson will have some shine. Edison in the building, Mr. AC Milan. How you doing? I know your chest is out. I know it is. I know your chest is out. It's going to be a great time, man. It's going to be a great time. Edison, I'm looking out for you. We have to handle our business. You have to handle yours. And how amazing would it be when that you do have the heritage, so I'm worried about you guys. A1 in the building. I think Rodri needs to rest to look at how tired he was towards the ends of that Bayern game. A1, same level of thinking right now. Same level of thinking. Dr. Footy in the building. Laporte can't do the Ake role. No, he can't. He doesn't have the awareness and the agility to play the left back. Most likely it will be Bernardo Silva, left back, and maybe, or Pep changes it up. Pep changes up the system based off of the skill set, right? It's not about forcing players into a system. That's not what we do. We adapt, we adjust. And speaking of adapting, let me lose the jacket because it's actually bothering me the way, the running material for the wind resistant. It's just makes too much noise. But let me get to this. Big Morgan in the building. Hello, Vader. Hope you're well. I am well, man. I am well. What a great night last night was. What a great night. Cat goes, good day, Vader. Should be a good show. It will be a good show. I'm not sure if I'm doing it solo so far. I may have some late additions, but I sent the word out. The crew, Pitch Points, True City Fan, Mancunian Way, even some CIA agents possibly will be joining in on this one. Edison, why are you lying about UCL not being entertaining? Edison, listen. We'll get to it. Let me shout out my peoples in the comments real quick. All right, you know what? Let me star that one. Footy, I'm gonna star that because we're gonna come back to that one. Hail Vader, blessed day, all in the chat. Andrew, my guy, thank you so much. Big Morgan, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. What do you mean? Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Later where you were at. Well, for me, it's 1:37 in the afternoon. So I actually sneak this in during the workday. Dr. Footy goes, apparently the BMF rumors are that City won't let Cancelo go for less than 50 mil. Won't let him go for less than 50 mil. If that's the case, he's going to have a lot of trust to earn. Or would it be possible that he's sent out on another loan? Might that be the case? Robel goes, big up Vader, give some love, London, Ontario. London, Ontario, not too far from here. It's maybe an hour and a half from where I'm at. Yeah, about that, an hour and a half drive. But London, Ontario, we have some really strong ties to the UK, obviously. Vader, Dr. Footy goes, Vader, a draw at the Bernabeu, and then we can dream. Draws minimum. You know what? Let me take this off screen as well. What am I doing? Let me take this. Off screen. Draw, I think, is a minimum. I think we could be fortunate to be a one goal up. But we'll deal with that. First things first. We got to deal with Sheffield United, right? What's in front of us? Let me go. Andrew also goes, how Silva spoke after the game. He's not going anywhere. I do like the mentality. I do like the laser focus. I do like the mission at hand that Silva has always exhibited. Yes, things have been swirling around with where he may go, what he wants to do, even from his agent. But with regards to I'm a player at Manchester City, here's what I'm on. He's always been that guy. Always. A1 again goes, if we keep that 3 at the back formation for next year, we need another Ake type player or Bardial. You're right. And apparently we've got some important targets in the summer transfer that we're going after. Some very key targets. Let me know not last show, but the show before, my microphone was a little crackly. Please, in the comments, let me know if you experienced that. Most likely Walker in for Arsenal. Yep. You know what? Klilnical in the building. I have no idea how Pep is going to set up now. I have a guess. Whether you guys agree with me, we'll see. Julian in the building. Blue Hearts and Sharks. You can also add a little bit of, I think I saw, maybe it's like a red circle that could signify blood in the water, right? We're on the hunt. Dun-na, 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 dun-na. For all you Jaws, and if you haven't seen Jaws, first two, check out the first two Jaws. Big Morgan song, Vader, relax. Gotcha. All right. Klilnical goes, Cancelo is contracted till 2027. Yeah, I remember that extension. They won't lose that level of investment for cheap. No, I agree. And he can earn his way back in. It's going to take a lot, but at the same time, you can't keep someone that's not on the same page in that locker room. It's going to be a tough one. Virtual goes, so Ake is out for Arsenal. I want him out. We do not need to risk Ake versus Arsenal. We don't. If he's fresh, if he's ready, they test that hamstring, they do all the muscular and tendon movements, and he's able to resist or show strength, no concerns there for long-term issues, then he plays. But if it's like, he's already locked up Saka twice, we don't need to risk it. We're going to need him for the rest of the season. Funny how Liverpool started doing inverted fullbacks and 3 at the back their last game. Okay, Cap. This was going to be some content. On another show because I was going to obviously talk about Champions League and what we have going into Sheffield United. But deep this. The year we had our defensive crisis, right? Pep was putting in Fernandinho at center back, and we were doing all that. The year after that, when Liverpool had their defensive crisis, what did Pep do? Well, sorry. Let me rewind that. The year Pep had the defensive issues. He put Fernandinho at center back. Okay, tried to make it work. Didn't work. Right? Let's be real. Didn't work. And we got a lot of criticism for it, whether it was pundits or those observing it. The very next year, okay, Klopp, studying off of Pep's book, which he still currently is doing, but didn't learn from what he observed, or maybe he was too arrogant and thought, you know what, I can do what Pep tried to do. Maybe that's what his thinking was. Pep ended up putting Fabinho at center back. I think he put Jordan Henderson at center back. He thought he could do more than what Pep did. And again, the playbook is there. I think he did the same thing. He looked at what Pep was doing with Cancelo before, what he did with Delph, what he did with Zinchenko, what he did with Cancelo, what he's done with Walker, what he's done with Rico Lewis, what he's done with John Stones. And he's like, let me try it. Let me try it. There's nothing else to really play for. The season's over. And guess the joy. Look at the joy that he's having. No one better talk about Klopp being some type of genius, all right? Because he's copying off Pep's notebook. That's all he's doing. Zeno in the building. I've been so impressed with Grealish lately. You can be impressed with him lately. I'm cool with that. He has been a little more aggressive, assertive. But that quality, what he's been doing based off of what Pep's asked him to do, it's always been there, Zeno. It's always been there. But I'm glad you're seeing it. Footy goes, Pep won't want Cancelo back. I don't see it either. I don't see it. But again, it's football business. Let me star FIFA's starting 11. Let me take that off screen. Let me go to Dr. Footy. UEFA rules say that City can give a medal to Cancelo, but Cancelo won't be recorded as a UCL winner. Fitting. Edison, how you see the full Champions League semifinal draw? We'll get into it. Edison. I can't get too far ahead of myself. You know how it is. Game in front. Zeno, if we win. If we win. Yeah, no, I got you. If we win, yeah, we'll talk about it. Pep, birthing more sons in Merseyside. Pep's coaching tree is vast. Pep, and he doesn't get credit for it, but how he mentors, how he has his ego in check and actually gives gems, right? He allows others to shine. Look at the coaching tree right now with Company. You know what I'm saying? Company's doing his thing. No, Arsenal fans don't want to hear it, but Arteta is a byproduct of Pep. The man deserves it, and I get it. Pep's obviously learned from someone before him, but that's how learning is shared from one to another to another to another. Can't dismiss his influence at all. Zeno, if we win the treble, I will be unbelievably unbearable. Come on, Cite. Zeno, one game at a time. I hear you. One game at a time. Dr. Footy, I'm right there with you. Guys, I'm with you. I hear you. But let's chill. Cancelo celebrated our missed pen. I don't want him. Andrew, I'm with you on that one. A couple bridges has been burned, especially how we talked about Tuchel bringing him a Champions League, man. I can't forget that. If City get Leao, I'm worried. Virtual, you should be worried if we get him. Should be. Yeah, Vader has connections. He got the UCL script. Who wins it, Vader? We'll get into it. Trust me. I got to do this official. You know I'm based out here in Toronto. One of the most beautiful cities in the world. And I live in Canada, one of the most amazing countries in the world. Let me show you a little bit of my city itself, a famous street called Yonge Street. And if you ever get a chance to visit, City fan or not, let's talk some football if you're in town. Let me do this proper. Why always me? Episode 79. If you haven't done it yet, if you're on your phone, tablet, PC, please take a second. Look for that hand, look for that thumb, hit that like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. All right. I haven't been doing enough with regards to putting this channel out in some of the group chats, but if you happen to be able to just share this in a Twitter group chat, WhatsApp group chat, any other social platform, please do that for me. Much appreciated. I've been so grateful. I'm two away. I'm two away from 300 subs. I'm two away. Can you believe it? Two away from 300 subs. If that could happen on this show, that would be absolutely amazing. And if you haven't answered the poll question to the start of the show, please do that now. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about it. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to take this off screen. Oh, I'm going to take this off screen. One sec. So sorry about that. All right, let me take this off screen. We got this. Boom. Cool. Now, I hear Edison early in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Champions League. Champions League, second leg's done. It was a draw, 1-1. Overall, controlled the tie, right? Overall, we controlled the tie, 4-1 aggregate. Handled our business on that first leg. And if you missed last week's show, just go check out last week's show. I talked about the first leg. But this is what's amazing about what just happened in Germany at Bayern Munich. We played a game that many of us were probably tense about. We're probably maybe doubting and looking for a particular city style of play. You're not going to see much of that with regards to how you have to navigate these legs. And this is where I get at with regards to Champions League being entertaining or not. Okay? And let me speak from a fan that has their team in the competition. The stress is going to be there. The nervousness is going to be there. Yes, you're going to be excited, but when your team's playing and there's so many tight, small margins, and it's for a win within the 90 minutes, can it be entertaining? Can you be entertained in the moment as a fan that wants your team to get that win? It's an interesting question. Are you really being entertained? I know you're going through an experience, 100%. You're going through an experience, but is that an entertaining experience? Right? Is that an entertaining? When you have no horse in the race, yeah, you could be entertained because you don't care about the result. You're not stressed. You're not worried. But when it's your team, and you're just nervous or you're unsure, are you really having an entertaining moment? That was part of my question. That was part of the thinking. But then there's also the style of play that's needed to navigate through these ties. First leg, second leg. I'm hearing right now City never won a Champions League by others telling me that we're favorites for it. And because many are seeing us as being favorites for it, there's going to be a style of play that maybe the ops are going to choose to play, not be as expansive. We see that in the league today. Possibly we're going to see that in Champions League. We're going to see teams choosing maybe to do their best not to concede on that first leg, and on the second leg go all out for it. Or we're going to see teams that are just going to maybe pick their spots, set pieces, and on that second leg maybe choose to play for pens. There's a lot of questions with regards to how entertaining these games can be. The competition levels. I'm with you right there. Intense competition. But it's like a family member, right? It's like you as a family member maybe watching a sibling compete, or you as a family member watching son and daughter, or or vice versa. You're a child and you're seeing your parents compete. Are you entertained in the moment? Are you? Or you're enjoying the competition. You're living through the experience of the competition. Are you enjoying it? Are you being entertained? That's another question. But I'm going to say this. I love how we navigated that Champions League. We handle business at home, and then we let them have to react to our first leg business. Second competition now in the semifinals against Real Madrid. We play away on the first leg, a home on the second one. Could question how entertaining that first leg may be. For the neutral, I get you. For the neutral, entertainment levels. For your team playing in it, got some questions for you. Edison, let me ask you, are you entertained while AC Milan are playing? Are you entertained? Or are you entertained after the result and you're watching it back? I'm asking you that. And everyone in the chat right now, are you entertained in the moment as the games are being played? Your team in particular. I know it's an experience. I love the experience. I love being on pins and needles. I love reacting to every moment of the game with regards to my players and the opposition's. But are you being entertained is my question. Let me go to the comments before I bring in Pitch Points, Gun, DeLorean, Carl in the building. Let me go to the comments real quick. I know I'm a little backed up here. Okay. Dr. Footy goes, boo, Treble Father, boo. Yep, Treble Father's changed his name. He's no longer talking like that. We can pursue it. We don't need to promote about it. You know what I'm saying? Zane, what we discuss, Invader. Zane, you know what it is. You see what's happening on the thumbnail, man. You see what's also happening on the side screen with the topics. That's how we do it. I can sense the Treble Father is coming. Hey, Sixth Sense, good movie. You may have it. A1M goes, we need Hamza. Hamza serves a fantastic role within the Manchester City fan base. He serves a fantastic role. And we need all of us to have that energy. You know, some of us are a little more boastful, some of us are a little more humble, but the confidence in our club to win it, we all need to have that. And we got some good shoulders for it. Let me bring Pitch Points, Gun DeLorean in the building.
Hey.
How you doing this afternoon?
Good. I saw it late. I was taking care of the meeting. I have another meeting in like 7 minutes, but I said I would just join in for a couple of minutes to help out.
I'm appreciative for it, and I'm not sure if you saw the topics on screen because I can actually, knowing that you have 7 minutes, I can jump ahead and deal with anyone that you'd want to discuss right now. But I was just talking about the second leg, how it was professionally managed, how it was essentially anything you're going to choose to do against us, we're going to have an answer for, and we're going to see through this tie. What level of confidence did you have going into the second leg, and anything surprise you or anything play as scripted as you thought? What was your take?
I wasn't. I mean, going into the second leg, I wasn't surprised or afraid. At least not to the build-up. When the game was about to start, you're a little nervous because you watch the TV, you see all the pundits talk about how good Bayern Munich are, how the fact that Bayern don't lose at home, and all the narratives, right? And Tuchel. So you get some butterflies. But once the game starts, you begin to watch the clock. And as the clock begins to kind of wind down, you begin to, get more confident. You know, at the end of the game, when I look back at it, and I look at the possession stats that we had, so Bayern had about 55, 56% possession. We had 21% possession. And that really made me happy. A lot.
Yes.
And the way they measure this possession is that, you're asking where's the balance of the possession gone? Well, it's balls out of play. So they're only measuring when the ball's in play. Right? So 55, 20 to 1 or so. And the rest of the 20% is basically throw-ins and kick-ins and all that kind of fouls and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they had the majority of the share, essentially. More than double what we had. What pleased me the most was that this team is the most unlike a Guardiola team that we've experienced before. And yet, at the same time, it's the most Guardiola team that we've experienced before. What I mean by that is that we have 21% possession away at Bayern Munich. And if not for the stupid penalty the referee gives, we win that game 1-0.
Yes. Yeah.
We win that game 1-0.
Yeah.
Shut them down. Now, in the first half, there were some problems on the left-hand side because what Bayern were doing was overloading the right-hand side and attacking Ake. There's nothing Ake could do. You had Coman, you had some other players attacking that right-hand side and trying to make the switch with the ball across, right, to get Chupo on the ball. But we fixed that in the second half, where
Mhm.
Grealish was dropping in to help counter that.
Yeah.
But it just, again, the graphic that made me say I like this team is, again, the 21% possession. And let's not forget, when we went to the Arsenal and the Emirates,
Mhm.
they had 60% possession. We had 31% possession. 3-1. So for those who think that somehow, oh, it's not good football, no. We know exactly what we're doing. We understand what we're doing. And just to kind of cap it off, the moment of the game for me, there were a number of moments. Edison had some brilliant moments in that game. And for all
Yes.
the Edison slanders who are out there, you have to eat some humble pie.
Yeah.
But the brilliant moment for me was when we were under the cosh in our box, okay?
Mhm.
Under duress. Bayern were about to score. John Stones gets the ball by the byline, the goal line of Edison. And in one long ball, he hoofs the ball up to Erling Haaland, right? Now,
Mhm.
I mentioned before the game, Theta, that the weakness of Bayern Munich is not in the wing-back areas, it's not in the midfield areas, it's not the forward line, it's the two centre-backs. I talked about De Ligt and
Yeah.
Upamecano. That is their weakness.
Mhm.
Guess who's in between those two centre-backs when Stones hoofs the ball up to him? 50 yards, 60 yards. Kudos to Stones, by the way. Erling
Yeah.
Haaland.
The big
Erling
man.
gets the ball, heads it back to De Bruyne, who's in transition, the best in the world for transition, right?
Mhm.
And with speed, he passes the ball outside of Upamecano. He targets Upamecano, not De Ligt, right? On the
Yeah.
left side. Erling literally dribbles this guy, sits in on his behind for the second time in 3 years, and blasts the ball home for the goal.
And Carl, they're trying to discredit what Holland did because Holland gave him a little hesitation, like he was going to go to his
Faked it.
right, which caused him to kind of trip up his feet because he was trying to slow himself down and then slid.
Yep.
And that's so Holland was very savvy with what he did there. He knew what he was going to try to make him have to decide on, and then he did the opposite once he was out of position. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Um, I also made the point of stressing this, and I do my best. Sometimes I'll have the phone on, while I'm doing some work that doesn't really require too much calculations or brain power. I'll hear within these space, and I heard the audacity of one Arsenal fan want to compare Holland's missed penalty to Saka's missed penalty. And I had to correct them. I instantly requested a speaker, and I had to say, listen, the very important and key difference between Holland's missed and Saka's missed is that when Holland missed, he laughed. In addition to that, when he missed, you knew, was on a mission to make up for it, right? He was on a mission to make up for it. This isn't going to be the last thing you're going to see from me today. And that's the huge difference with it. Whether Saka can get to those levels in the future, I'm not judging that. I'm just saying do not put a missed penalty in the same category because it's how the player reacts and responds afterwards. And I had to check him real quick. But yeah, this game, and Carl, to your point when you mentioned Pep and the style of City teams, and this is kind of like them but not like them. I think it's the experience that's been acquired. So I don't I don't get too upset. I don't get too bogged down when rivals want to talk about how we've not made it out of certain rounds within the Champions League in past years. Because in all honesty, some of those moments we're going back 5 years. We're going back 6 years. And the reason why I want to point out experience ruled this quarterfinal is because the experience of the manager and said players,
Yeah.
as well as
Yeah.
the players themselves,
Yeah.
it showed. It
And,
showed
and, and
how
I gotta
they,
run. Yeah. And I
yeah.
gotta run in a minute because I'm already behind. But I mean, City have qualified in the past 3 years for two semifinals and a final of the Champions League.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
Two semifinals and a final. Now, okay, we didn't win it the time we went to the final, but we got the experience. We
Hmm.
can see the experience now. We went to Atletico Madrid with a 1-0 lead last year, and we got a clean sheet away in Atleti,
Hmm.
in that crowd. Patrick, myself, and you are going to do a show coming up very soon about the Real Madrid game. And we have some juicy things for the audience coming up. I'm not going to just talk about it too much now. But guys, we have some things cooked up for you guys, my God, that you're going to enjoy. I got to run right now, but
Yeah.
hey, subscribe to Vader Games. Back this man. He's a great guy. I will try to be on a show later with Patrick today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
I think it's later today.
yeah, I got to run to a meeting right now, but I
Yeah,
just
man.
wanted to come in and just give a shout out to you.
Nah, appreciate it as always. And guys, Pitch Points, his channel details are in my description. So please give him a sub and a like when his videos, when you get the video notification moving forward. Thanks for being on the show, man.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Big up to Blue Heart. Blue Heart goes, our experience shown through in our defending and our team prep. We were prepared. We dropped in when needed. We helped where needed. They have clearly learned some valuable lessons, as Pep clearly has. It's accumulation. Players have learned. Coach, manager knows what to maybe lean on, what to maybe not ask a player to do. That's also been the experience that's so key right now. And I love what I'm seeing. There's a level of calmness, and it's like we're gonna play our best. If the other team happens to be better than us, we accept it. But I don't think questioning on whether we're gonna play good is there anymore. I don't think it's there. I think we've got that. I think we've got that calmness, that experience right now. Conway goes, Holland mentality is different. Nothing phases the guy. He wants it. Conway, you're right. He wants it. He wants all of the smoke, all of the energy, all the attention. He is going to do his absolute best. If a keeper makes a save, if he happens to scuff it, he's like, I'm coming back at you anyways. So be ready, because it's going to be the same energy. I'm attacking you. It's going to be a long day for you. He's built that way, and that mentality feeds. It's been fed. It's been fed to all of the other surrounding players. Edison goes, I should say that all Man City fans should thank God because Bayern had a lot of chances that should have gone in and were narrow misses and slips. Edison, on that second leg at home, Bayern had their chances, yes. Tuchel clearly said, you know what? I can't outsystem Pep. I can't. Yes, they got quality players, but I don't think that's been a strength of Tuchel. He's like, you know what? My bread and butter is I'm gonna make it tough for them defensively. I'm gonna make it very difficult defensively. And I know I got speed. There's no denying that. Bayern have speed. So he was like, you know what? If that ball gets in that midfield, we got time. Here are the angles I'm going to want to try to create. And here are the balls that I'm going to feed over and maybe, and at best, put Ake under that pressure, under that strain. And he was getting joy. I was calm with it. I was like, whew, we got away with one there. I'm like, ooh, how many sprints can Ake really do? And we'll talk about it later in the show. But unfortunately, that many sprints, that what was it? What was it? His right tire, that right leg, got a little strained. But they did have chances, Edison. I'm with you on that one. Conway, thank God and thank Ederson. Ederson, man, that's my keeper. You see it. I'm gonna talk about it. That's my keeper, and he did his thing. The luck was unreal. Edison, don't do that, man. It's not luck. It's not luck. When you're prepared, when you're organized, it comes across lucky. Comes across lucky. I learned that lesson. Shout out to Dad. I learned that lesson. He said, "Listen, you prepare, you practice. You have things happen to look easy to the opposition. They think you're lucky. Nah, it's because you put in that work. It's because you put in that work. Let's go. Blue Heart goes. Holland missed a tough away Champions League semi when it was 0-0. Weren't Arsenal 2-0 up against West Ham? Thank you, Blue Heart. Thank you, Blue Heart. Context, they're not with it. We Maxit Football. My guy, Holland built. Yo, he's built. He's built strong. He's going, listen, he's going to continue to level up. He's going to continue to level up and will push us over the line. I'm blessed. We're blessed to have him. And it's also the project that he chose to come to. If he is doing this, if we are doing this year one with this player in this system, right? And we know this, we know the learning curve for Manchester Cities like this. Actually, I should say like this. It's like that. If he's able to do that in year one, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary, man. We Max in the building. If you have not subscribed to We Max channel, please check him out. His channel details are in the description. Give him a sub. I got my man Martin, the man Cuny Way, in the building. How you doing, Martin?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hope you're feeling well. Hope you weren't up too late celebrating.
Yeah, no. Nice, relaxed day.
Okay. Martin's taking it like just another day, making it to the semifinals.
Nice and relaxed. Hey, listen, been here before.
Yeah, been there, done that. Let me talk to Blue Heart. He goes, I can see loads of thumbs up, all going for free. I see that, man. I see that. I want to thank you all within the chat. I want to thank you for the continued views. And again, when a video turns off and I look and I'm able to kind of see like I hit the century mark with regards to views, or I'm hitting like 20 plus, sometimes 30 plus likes, I am so grateful. Honestly, I am so grateful. And I'm trying to improve the channel every time, and especially the content. Now I got Martin in the building. We talked about Champions League, how we dealt with the second leg. I early said, and Edison challenged me on this, on whether Champions League is entertaining, right? And I brought up the analogy, like when you're in it, how entertaining is it when it's such a big game? It's so tense. It's so important. Maybe it's more enjoyed after the result has all been said and done and you're watching it a second time. But I also wanted to challenge Champions League because just the style of play, the fact that it's two legs, the fact that so much rides on the two games, they could decide to be more tactical, and teams can be a little more pragmatic, and you could clearly see that teams are going to be playing to really take advantage when they're home versus away, and it may not be the style of football that many enjoy. But how we dealt with this quarterfinal showed the experience, and I think that ruled us advancing through. Did you have any? I know you did a great post game review last night, but anything you want to say that kind of came to mind now that you've thought about that second leg?
I just thought it was perfect all round.
Okay.
You know, anyone who thought we were going to the Allianz Arena and we weren't going to give up chances is living in a dream world. This is Bayern Munich in their home patch. They're going to come out without a shadow of a doubt. Same with Real Madrid. If anyone thinks going to the Bernabeu or at the Etihad, Real Madrid will have no chances, you're living in a dream world. This is not FIFA. This is real life football, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
The key here is who takes those chances, who defends the best. I'm sick to death of hearing City was struggling first half. No, City were pragmatic in the first half, and City defended well in the first half. Why don't we ever give our defenders and our goalkeepers credit? Why has it always got to be, oh, you were getting pounded? We didn't have to exude a load of energy last night.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. We don't have to. It's not our job. We did our job in the first leg. What was the point of getting 3-0 up if we're going to go there and start wasting loads of energy again?
Exactly.
You've just wasted the whole first leg. We went there. We were a little bit sitting back. Yeah, some players did what they had to do. It was, to me, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. We got the chances and we took one of them. That's all it needed to do. It killed the tie off.
Yeah, and we're also fractions away from actually getting that opportunity that resulted in a red card that got disallowed because of that short.
I wouldn't have been bothered. You know what? It sounds daft this. If we'd have come away with a 2 on defeat last night, I wouldn't have been absolutely gutted.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
What's the point in having... It's great for the unbeaten record.
Mm-hmm.
That's great, but it's the fact is that This is what the Champions League is.
Yeah.
It's about, like you said, it's a game of chess. We did our job, and maybe people thought I was so arrogant. I wasn't. I was so comfortable because I knew we'd score over there. I knew we'd bag one over there, which then meant Bayern Munich had to score 4. We haven't conceded 4 goals in 5 years, 8 years, whatever it is. 2016 was the last time we conceded 4 goals.
Well, come
on.
This is the thing where it's like, just manage the tie, and also keep in mind that there's so many more games that we have to play for, and I think we did.
Some of them will play on Saturday as well. You got to remember that.
Okay,
Anyone who thinks we're going out with the reserve team on Saturday is living in a dream world. No, I'm just saying. So they were perfect.
You're right. It's not going to be a complete different 11 moving forward, and that's why it had to be played that way. And this is where I want to get into, and I'm so glad that we were able to manage this game against.
I need to say João Cancelo as well, by the way. I know you talked about it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead.
Never come back to my club. Never come back to the club. The fans will never accept you back. Never accept him back. They never will. He got booed to hell last night as well.
Yes, he did.
There was rumours. There was rumours he tried to have a little dig again at Pep last night. There is no way back for this guy. This guy will just get loaned out till the end of his contract if he takes that.
I was thinking.
We'll take the hit on it. He's never going to put on a blue shirt. Maybe in a pre-season if we have to throw it out. But you can't do what you did to Pep. You can't square up to your boss at work and then say what you reportedly said last night as well. Look at Leroy Sané. Gracious in his feet. I didn't see Pep going up to Cancelo, putting an arm around him last night.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. And
that relationship's broken.
Also the quote, and this is where we like the same criticism of players that have left before. You can leave, just don't throw any shade, don't throw anything slighted back to the club. The fact that Cancelo made mention with regards to Tuchel preventing us from winning our Champions League and him winning one, and he's hoping he could do the same for him now that he's over there. You're done. I'm sorry, Cancelo, you're done. You could. And
I'm not going to repeat what was reportedly said last night because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lower the tone of your channel. But I'm sorry. I understand the guy might have some mental issues, and I hope he gets them sorted. Mental health is something that is very serious, and he needs to go and get them sorted. And I hope he does. But your Manchester City career is over, mate. You need to move on. I wish him all the best. I don't wish him any bad luck, but sorry, mate. While Pep Guardiola was in charge of this football club, there ain't no way back for you. There is no way back for you, son. Move on.
He did it the wrong way. And I also want to point this out with regards to how we handled things. How Pep, again, you talk about how he kind of put an arm against Sané. Just how he also showed respect to Tuchel and how the leg played out. There were a lot of questions asked, and this is something that I don't enjoy. I'll be honest with you in the chat and you, Martin. I don't like this microwave Instagram time we're in. I don't like as soon as we win versus Bayern, it's on to think about Real Madrid. I don't like that. I don't like that. And that's why I hope you enjoy my show, my content. I want to take a moment to actually...
Who's done that? Sorry, I'm not seeing anything, so I don't know.
No, there's many that are already trying to talk about like the tie versus Real Madrid, City being favorites, Real Madrid.
No. We've got important games before then. Real Madrid goes to the back of your mind now when we move. Wembley Stadium is the next one. We've got and then Wednesday night. Wednesday night is the most important now. Well, Saturday's the most important. Then we move to Wednesday night.
Yeah, and then
we're in for 3 trophies. But let's not start doing this all eggs into the Champions League basket. Let's not do that. Yeah. Wherever we land in 3 weeks, we'll land. He's 3 weeks away, or whatever it is.
And this is where Pep is brilliant. This is where Pep is brilliant. He's going to have these players focus on what's directly in front of them, because every player needs to be ready to play. because they could possibly have to be subbed on to play and play a role. I want to shout out us as a fan base. There's nothing wrong with humble confidence. They want to mislabel it and say that we're trying to downplay things, that we're really are arrogant, but we're just acting away.
Oh, I watched that last night. That was embarrassing.
No. It's not.
Do you know what that
act.
was? Do you know what that was?
Mm.
That is to twist the narrative back round. So what they can do is either way. You can basically, you got to remember these are, and I won't mention his name. You know, I'm not going to discredit it like that. But at the end of the day is you've got United fans, Liverpool fans also. Your favourites, you're this, that and the other. No, we ain't Liverpool fans. We ain't sitting here going to say, got the best team in the world and we're going for the treble and we're going to win it. No, that ain't us. We're a very humble fan base.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who, 2 weeks ago, Arsenal were favourites. A certain person has been telling everyone all season Arsenal were favourites, and it was a bottle job if Arsenal win it. Now all of a sudden it's a bottle job if City don't win it. It's just a narrative to spin back round, ready for the clickbaiters 2 or 3 weeks down the road.
Yeah.
And it's why I don't entertain that sort of stuff. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It suits your narrative, but it ain't reality. How does some guy who lives in London now, yes, he's from Manchester, but he's not been up here for a long time, how does he know what we're thinking? Don't give me that garbage. I'm sorry, because it's garbage clickbaiting ready for 3 weeks' time, so he can bring you and Pat and all them on the show and rinse you.
I can see the pawns being moved. I can see it. I can see it. And
that's why.
And if you watch it, that's why I don't know if you can see my irritation or how I kept trying to.
How you kept calm last night, I have no idea. And I'm sorry, anyone in the comments who knows me, I say it as it is. I don't BS around with anything. I am respectful, but when I can see the fix is in, the fix is in.
Big Morgan goes, Martin, an honest man. Thanks, Martin. No baloney, 100%. I want to shout out Rose, Mary. Thank you for being on the show. She goes, hey, Bader and Martin, it's exciting times for Manchester City. Let's forgive João Cancelo as City fans. God bless your channel. Love from J.A. Listen, we can forgive. We can forgive. Of course, we can forgive. We can also forget, because we're going to have to forget and have him, again, move on. Like Martin said, and I happen to agree, I don't think
he's played against us twice, and he has had an absolute rough ride by the fans.
Yeah.
The match-going fans do not want him back. They are not going to welcome him back into the Etihad.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does wear the City shirt again and proves me wrong, it will not be in a celebration. There'll be no one clapping him. There'll be no one cheering him.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough existence, and I don't think he's going to want that as a player as well.
I don't think he's got the mental strength. And again, I hope he does get the help, because he seems a very emotional person, which, I'm a very emotional. So I get what he's going through. But
Tuchel's an emotional person. We saw that on the sideline.
He doesn't fit into our system anymore.
Yeah. Let me shout out Conway. Conway goes, I loved Rodri's comments after the game saying we want to win it all. It shows the mentality of the squad right now. That's exactly right. Now, myself, you, in the chat, us backing our team, right? Us saying that we can win. We can win this. I back my team to win this. Does not then go on to say we are winning it. There's so many more weeks to be played out. So if you want to say it's a cop-out, if you want to say it's playing things down, if you want to say it's trying to be the underdog, I know the difference between trying to be the underdog and not. That is not what I'm doing. I've seen the underdog script and how you talk about being an underdog by the team that were challenging us last year. That's how you play up being an underdog. This is not what I'm describing. I'm describing
what Arsenal are doing now. Arsenal fans have suddenly swapped to underdogs all of a sudden.
Exactly.
They've been beating chess. They've been beating chess for 6 months, and I've never seen anyone, a set of fan base, not all of them, but a lot of them, tuck tail between the legs and suddenly start disappearing on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed at the complete 180. What it is, it's just protect yourselves. And City fans aren't doing that to protect themselves. If anything, City are overly negative, and we always have been.
Exactly, and
We always have been.
and the thing I think that's also been a little missed too. I think from the outside is that a little bit is tongue in cheek. A little bit is a little bit of humor. Like we can be confident, but at the same time, we'll throw in a little slight little like, nah, we're not what you say we are, and just accept it for what it is. But I know we're gonna have a lot of more conversations with this. I want to shout out my man Imaxit, and he goes, "That's how the world is now. Anything for revenue. Period. Well said." So the way things are so instantly moved on and not really appreciated in its time. Also, the same way that people will do things in how they word it, in how they maybe put certain imagery. It's about getting that click, getting the interaction. I myself, and I know many of you, on why you come to this channel is because I'm not putting up one topic to talk about something else. I'm not making it seem like I'm so contrary to then bait you in and talk about something else. That's not really what we do. It's not what I do. I want to talk about things, and hopefully you come to this channel because you know what's about to be discussed. This year, this season, let's all enjoy it for what it is. It's a special one. It's year one for many players. We're doing some great things. We're now at a semifinal. Look at the players that have exited and that were here this early. Many don't want to see it. Many don't want to hear it. They want to already say City are expected to be here because of what we spend. Get out of here. Get out of here.
So
We should be here for what we spend. I'm tired of that.
Can we go back 4 months? Can we go back 4 months and see what these other people were saying? But it was Pep's lost it. Pep out the door.
Exactly.
I did a stream to calm everyone down.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
all of a sudden, we're favourites. Give over. England. As our little friend Gooty said, Gooty DM'd me within 5 minutes of the full-time listen, believe it or not, and was, are you scared? I'm like, no. Yeah. We'll see when we see you. May the best team win. I don't play the game.
Yeah, I want to shout this out from Edison. He goes, Man City to win, they have to break the best wall of Europe. Edison, that's a big reason. I didn't get into it last night, but that's a big reason why I'm also not saying that City are favorites. I can't hear it from those that have won the Champions League. I can't hear it from those that have been top of the league all season to then turn and say, I'm favorites to win it all. How am I not even in May yet told to say I'm winning it all? Let's get past the semifinal first. Let's get past certain things before we start talking that way. But the hypeness, the excitement, I'm with it 100%. But breaking down this best wall of Europe is key because, again, if we have to get past Bayern, Champions League experience, we're going to have to get past Real Madrid. They've won it 14 times. When we get past Real Madrid, and then we have to face either Inter Milan or AC Milan, who have both won Champions League themselves, that is a tremendous feat. You want me to say I'm favorites to do that? Nah.
Yeah.
Do I back my team to do it? 100%.
We were favorites for Chelsea, remember?
Yeah, I do remember. Beep in the building. Guti is a troll. Guti, I think Guti would agree with you. We Max it goes, bro, keep 100, doing your thing, respect your work. When your time comes, you will stay on top. Thank you so very much because of being genuine. A lot rise fast, but drop off because of clickbait, etc. And that's just it. We Max, and it's the same thing. I gravitated to your channel just because of how really you were speaking about international football and about the national team. And I was also on a few streams when you were actually, with regards to when you were covering City games as well. It's the genuine part that you want people coming in because of you being authentic, because that's who's going to stick around it. And I agree with you 100%. Let me do this proper. Vader game. Okay. Whew. All right. Martin,
Mm-hmm.
this is a special season. We got special players, and we're witnessing a lot of special moments, man. This is just the beginning. I don't. It's not even to the point where I'm predicting special moments, but I'm on edge knowing that one's coming. I'm on edge knowing that something's gonna make me like yell at the top of my lungs or like have me jump out of my seat like, oh my gosh, or yelling for my son and daughter to come see this and have me rewind the TV. Like it's one of the it's just one of those seasons, and I want to encourage all of you. I know it can be stressful. I know some of you find football as a way of escape, as a way of not having to deal with some of the really heavy things within your lives. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, as difficult as it may be, and you want your team to win every point, score every goal, get every result. Admire or appreciate the players, appreciate the manager, and get amped up. I get amped up when I see the reactions from the fans. When I see how sometimes it pans out, and I see the surprise on the fans' faces. That's what this game's all about. So please make sure that you're enjoying the moment. As unentertaining as the Champions League can be at times, enjoy every moment, and especially with regards to this FA Cup game. There's going to be a lot to be said. Edison's form. He is my keeper. I don't want any other keeper. Edison, I saw you in the comments earlier. You asked me, did I start your comment? You asked me whether I would want my keeper or your keeper. I don't think I started. Here it is. Edison or Magnan? Who you taking? Edison. I'm only taking it. Edison. I'm only taking Ederson. I'm only taking him. His footwork is too nice. His footwork is too nice. You can't press this the way you want to. You can't advance up that pitch the way you want to. Trust me. Ederson has that range, and no other keeper can put it on the dime the way he can. Yeah, he'll occasionally have a misstep and maybe a mispass, but no one's as consistent as he is. And a large part of what we do offensively, but also what we're able to do defensively, is because of him. He's a sweeper keeper as well. He's high up that pitch, high up in that box sometimes. He's prevented some of those over the top balls as well. I would not take any other keeper. Ederson is my guy. Martin, are you still having some of these external debates or internal debates with regards to Ederson?
No, because I just muted people who said that.
Okay. Martin's gone to the technology standpoint. He's filtered out. He's cleared out. He's got a healthy diet with regards to his social media content. If you talk
I
nonsense,
ain't dealing with idiots. Sorry.
I
I don't mean that in an offensive way, but I'm not going to say people who are, because you know what? They've got their agendas. And I'm not even, these people who sit there and go, Edison's not good enough. Well, sorry. You need to go back and learn football. I'm not even, and I don't even mean that in an offensive way, but I know it sounds it, but I got sick of the debate 6 months ago. I'd had enough of it, and I was like, I'm not even going to entertain you, because if you don't want to listen, if you don't want to look at facts, then I can't help you. If you don't know how Pep Guardiola plays football at the moment, this is not new. Yeah. This is not suddenly Pep walks into City and gone, oh, I want sweeper keeper. He did it at Barcelona, did it at Bayern Munich. He had Manuel Neuer, the number one sweeper keeper in all of world football.
Yes.
What were they expecting?
And I'm going to say this, FIFA, you're right. Ederson deserves rest, and he will get rest in the FA Cup. Ortega will be starting. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but I think Ortega
will start both. Semi and the final, if we get that.
Okay. Cap goes, Arsenal. Okay, sorry. He goes. Cap goes. Went from Arsenal winning the league and City will never win champions to us now being the favorites for both. Cap, you see it. You see how they move the goalposts. You see how they kind of flip the script. You see how they just change things because they don't want to see us winning. They want to try and make things seem better for everyone else but others, but us. But I'm not falling for it. I'm gonna stay on mission. Um, Edison goes, they have the same. Edison, if you want to say that the footwork is the same, I'll be honest with you. I need to watch more. I need to watch more to agree with you. And the beauty about it is, I do have a couple games recorded for AC Milan that I want to do a little studying on. So I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna see if I agree with you. Andrew goes, Mike is good, but Ederson is clear with good feet. That's what I think. I think Ederson's a lot better with his foot, left and right. To tell you the truth, Blue Heart goes. The good the good thing about the Champions League semifinal games is that we are at home in the second leg. That's stating the obvious. I know. No, Blue Heart. It can't be said enough. It cannot be said enough because when we see how Real Madrid set up to play against us, we know that we're going to have a even better approach and attack or defense or plan with them at home. Fans like Martin at home, Champions League nights, no stopping us. No stopping us on that second leg. Trust me. It's about managing that first leg. And that's what it is about Champions League. It's just about managing the tie. And I think we have it. Cap goes, think Ederson learning of Ortega with those quick reflex saves. I think so. I think they've helped each other. Honestly, I know Ortega's working on his footwork because he's like, I want to break into this first team. So he should be doing repeat kicks, all different angles, all different distances, right? Both feet. Hopefully he's practicing that as much as he's doing his reactionary and reflex saves. The same way Ederson needs to step up his reactionary, maybe reading the game, being in position for his saves as well. Blue Heart goes, but for me, it could be all down that leg, especially if we manage to get a close result in Madrid. Listen, if we play for a draw, if we play for even a 1-0, I would even be so confident if we are even down 1-0 to come back home. But we'll deal with that when the time comes, Blue Heart, because we got Sheffield United to deal with. Beep.
I'll tell you exactly how Pep's going to play it. Pep will go to the bench. But he will.
Don't you can't.
Peter, it doesn't change though. I know, but it doesn't change. Okay, anyone who thinks he's going to the Bernabeu to get a point, or to get a draw, to get a draw. No, Pep goes, any team we play, home or away, we go to win. It never changes. It never will change.
But to go and win, maybe, you know what? We got a goal on them. We're not going to put ourselves at risk to concede, but we're going to make them have to play and defend from us not scoring again, as opposed to kind of like the up and down style that we would have seen like 3-4 years ago. That's all I'm kind of getting at. But yes, we play to win. We don't play to stall out a game and just leave there with a 0-0 to have to deal with things at home. No, I agree with you. That's not our approach. Oh, my God. My bad. I missed this one. Andrew goes, yeah, Ortega has been great for Ederson. He's better at shot stopping. Yeah, I think the two of them in tandem have really helped each other. Edison goes, do some homework and watch. Edison, I'm with you. Now, after I do my homework, it better be clear the way you're talking. The way you're talking, you're saying your man is clear. If you want to say that they're on par, I'll give you a chance right now in the chat. Are they on par? It's kind of like a hair, like minor differences. I'm cool with you. But if you're saying your guy is clear, you take your guy no matter what, I better see that as I do my homework. I'm with you, though. Palmer, you know what? We're going to get into that. Edison, you did say same. Okay. I'm not going to kill you after I do my homework. You said same. Okay. I'm with you on that one. All right. Let me do this proper. I got to do that. Edison goes on to say, minor differences. I'm not mad at you. Minor differences. Cool.
Vader game.
It's not an elephant in the room. It's far from that. But Haaland did miss a penalty. He did. And I'm not gonna. We shouldn't kill him for that missed penalty because he's been so good. He has been so good with the penalties. And I have to admit, I said this on Martin's show, the Mancunian way. I got arrogant. Hit my hand on the wrist. I got arrogant. I said, "Oh, we got a penalty. Haaland's on it." I instantly said, "We're up 1-0." That is the faux pas. That is, don't do that. That is, listen, don't count the chicken before it's hatched. Don't do that. Be confident. Stay humble. All right? Don't count that goal yet. That was my fault. City fans, it's my fault. I won't do that again. Me saying that was an automatic 1 point. We're up 1-0. That energy, those vibes, those energy waves traveled and they got to Haaland and just forced it over that crossbar. I won't do that again. But as a result, Haaland is hungry. Pep's got something after that game to kind of go back to each and every player and say, you know what? We still have levels to get to. Remember last week's show, City still has levels to reach. Haaland missing that PK. There's something that he can kind of beat himself up a little bit about being better honed in at practice. Thinking, you know what? In that situation again, having the ops trying to delay, trying to slow things up, trying to maybe have me overthink what I'm about to do. I know I handle it now. I know how to maybe not focus on the ball as much. I know how to maybe step away and have a different focus and then committing to the penalty shot. I think we're going to learn from it. I think Haaland's going to be hungry again. And it's sometimes you need a little interruption with some of these streaks, some of these consecutive results. Now he's going to go on another one. This is what it is. Haaland's hungry again. He's going to go on another one. Let me go to the comments. Where do we go? Blue Heart goes, remember Pep has to manage the game and the player's fitness. He may amend his approach with the second leg being at home. It's true. I haven't, Martin, true City fan, pitch points. They're going to look at the fixture list and see what happens when and which match is happening before and so on. I think there's a gap that is actually pretty favorable with regards to the Champions League semifinal and what we play. But again, Blue Heart, Sheffield United first. Let's get to it. FIFA, you're killing me. Andrew goes, what Pep did with Foden when the world wanted him on loan. I trust Pep with the young players. Pep knows who can stick around and who can really make it. And Pep also knows mentally wise who's worth staying here and who you got to maybe send, let them spread their wings and fly. And if they come back, they come back. But Pep's got it all dialed up. I think we do need to continue to trust that. Edison goes, everyone missed a penalty in the quarterfinals. Everyone does miss one. And the fact that he missed one and came back and scored, qualite. Sarata. Edison, Haaland, Gio, and the new kid, Cabaduna. Put them all in the same group as promising talent? Sure. The edge, the all-out destructive nature with how Haaland is breaking these records and how efficient he is, right? It's like clockwork, right? It's like clockwork. I think he's got the edge. Edison, I think Holland's got the edge, man. He's too nice. Blue Heart, I'm not saying we can't win in Madrid, but we have a little breathing space when trying to manage players' injuries. That's true. That's true. Like Martin said, we're going to play to win, but there's also knowing we manage this tie coming back at home, a little more rest, key players being there. I'm with you. I'm with you. Beep. Another topic could be in-form Bernardo. Man is back. Listen, Beep, let me say this. I don't crush it. I don't kill players too much with regards to GA, or even sometimes with regards to their overall output. Like when I say in terms of an entire season, or maybe even a short span, let's say 5 games, because there hasn't been a player like Bernardo Silva who's been asked. One could maybe argue Akanji and Stones, but there hasn't been a player that's been asked to do so much within the squad, position play, responsibilities, instructions than Bernardo Silva. So when he's maybe not looking to to what he usually is, or to maybe question him on where's those goals, where's the assists, stat wise it may not show up there, but how important he's been, how integral he has been, you can't take anything, you can't dismiss it. You can't say that he hasn't been that guy. He's been informed for a very long time, but I think it's also because he's been informed in many different positions, so maybe it's kind of gone on unnoticed.
There's a bit of a. Can I just say a quick one on Bernardo Silva?
Of course.
The other day it came out, apparently City put a price on his head of 70 million. There's 2 problems with that. He's got 2 years left in his contract, so 70 million is hard. And number 2, when you start paying 70, 80 million, this is the problem with Bernardo. He's deceptively very good. And what I mean by that is, stats-wise, he doesn't get anywhere near the numbers.
Right, yeah.
I've always said he's not a goals and assists guy. He's the guy who does all the donkey work. Mm-hmm. The problem is, players who do the donkey work don't go for massive amount of money. Because when a team is looking to spend upwards of 70, 80, 90, 100 million, you're looking at how integral are they? What are the numbers? What are the assists? It's why all the top goal scorers go for the big money. The top defenders go for the big money, because you can see what they're doing. Bernardo's a very difficult one. And I don't think Bernardo's performances have ever been questioned. Again, Bernardo Silva doesn't want to leave because he hates Manchester City. He wants to leave because he hates Manchester. Yeah. It's 2 different. It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
It's not a job issue. It's a lifestyle issue. Yeah. His girlfriend does not want to be in Manchester. At some point, his girlfriend is going to say, I'm going. Tara, you want to stay? Stay. I'm out of here. And then he's stuck on his own. He's already lost his best mate.
Yeah.
Is he going to take the chance and lose his girlfriend? That's the conundrum with Bernardo Silva. It's a weird one, because from what I understand, the guy does still want to leave. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed in years.
But I mean, he still wants to leave, but then there's also him as a pro player. He still wants to win as well, and so it's the right balance. And
it's a conundrum. It's such a conundrum, because who's going to pay that kind of money?
Yeah.
And B, you know, what do? You can't. It's such a difficult one. It really is a difficult one with Bernardo Silva.
I'm with you. All right, let me do this.
Vader game.
Now, when with the thumbnail and what I was talking about earlier with City evolving, right? Let's point out one example of that evolution. KDB. KDB has been serving. He's been putting assists on a plate for years. KDB has been serving them up like a 5-star restaurant. You know, that waiter bringing that food perfectly heated, excellently cooked, put right in front of you, asking you whether you want more pepper, and he's been doing it that nice. And unfortunately, some of our players have kind of messed up the meal. You know, scratching the plate with their knife. Maybe they drop food on the floor. We now aren't as wasteful as we used to be. And we're doing this year one. There's still more to come. There's still more service to happen. Better, even greater understanding between passer and shooter, right? I'm gonna work on this analogy. It just came to mind, but I'm gonna try to perfect it. Bear with me. But many snipers, top-rated shooters, they actually work in tandem. There's a spotter. There's a person that helps with the calculations, distance, wind, right? And everything else. I think they also judge moisture in the air, all kinds of stuff. There's two. A sniper is a tandem of two. Holland is that sniper, and his tandem is KDB, measuring distance, measuring wind, giving him the perfect calculations, and in this case, with a pass that Holland's able to do. We're evolving, and we're only going to get better. I love how we can get so amped up and even be more surprised on a miss than a goal these days. Special times, like I said, special times of this club, special times with these players, special times with this manager, and special moments we are witnessing. YouTube, do not copy strike me. Do not copy strike me. This is strictly for review and learning purposes. But I want to point out the evolution that's happening. KDB in this midfield. If teams are going to choose to defend us, you're going to pick your poison. You're going to pick your poison. You're either going to bunker down and invite us to get in on you. You're either going to press kind of high and question whether we can be skillful enough to get these passes on accurately. But let's watch at what KDB did. Got me, my son, my daughter out of the chair screaming. Let's watch this real quick. Again, YouTube, do not copy strike me. We've got KDB in the middle of the pitch here. Does it show up on the cursor? No, it does not. Why doesn't it? That's strange. Oh, there it is. We see KDB here on the screen. He's got the ball. Transition play, okay? There was a ball got cleared, okay? It's now KDB's foot. Look at what Holland's doing. Look at what Holland's doing. He's running into space. He could have gone through the defenders. He's choosing to go wide. Look at the synergy that's happening between him and KDB that's happening. And it's only going to get better. Trust me, it's only going to get better. But let's have this play out. KDB takes a couple strides. Again, like a great spotter, he measures distance, measures wind, gives the pass. Look at that. This is one thing that I'm going to be a little critical of with regards to City. I hope there's someone studying KDB. I know we can't replicate him. I know we can't clone him and make another one. Someone's going to have to come up with their own skill set. But I hope someone's watching and asking him questions in training. Like, how do you do that? Kevin, how do you do that? How do you make those decisions to pass it the way you do? I hope someone's doing that, because it would be a shame for someone not to maybe follow into KDB's footsteps to a certain degree and attempt these similar passes. But look at where he puts this ball. And Holland sizes him up. Look at Holland. Right now, he's already kind of stuttered. He slowed up his step. He's made the defender wonder, is he going to cut in and go on his right foot? And let's have this play out. Made the defender have to hesitate. And that's the reason for a slip. Don't think he just slipped for no reason. Don't think the defenders make mistakes because they just make mistakes. No, they're put under pressure to make a decision and then they slip up. Holland created that. 100% Holland created that. And then he makes himself, he pretty much takes the defender out of the play. And strong foot puts that in top. Here's another angle. Oh, no, this is a different opportunity. My bad. Actually, how can I rewind this? Let me go back. Let's watch this. Let's watch it from this angle. All right, let's watch it from this angle. I can't get enough of this one. KDB puts it into space. Ooh, 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 nasty, nasty. This is where we're evolving to, City fans, right? And if the speculations are true, if there's a certain 22 that might be joining this club, I think we're going to have more opportunities like this, and I'm excited for it. All continue to be excited, but this is year one. We got to deal with our thing. Goal breakdowns, I'm going to maybe do a little more of, depending on how the shows kind of play out. But Holland, Hungary, us evolving, only better things in front of us. Now, let me take that off screen. Let me do this proper. And let me go to these comments. Let me go to these comments. KDB was a bit special for me last evening. KDB was nice, man. He's again picking his spots, and what Martin mentioned earlier, it was all about also conserving energy, picking spots, picking moments, knowing that we had that 3-goal cushion, and it's, you know what? We don't need to press the heck out of them. We don't need to overexert. We'll do our thing and pick our spots. KDB managed his time very well. Mr. Producer G, Sterling Jesus cost KDB at least 50 assists. At least. There's a comp out there. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a comp out there that has misses from Aguero, Gundogan, Sterling, Jesus. It was painful to watch. And in some, you see KDB's reaction like, what? And you know there was also examples of that during his record-tying assist year. Man, the guy should have owned it many years ago. Blue Heart goes, if KDB was a gunslinger, he could put a hole in a dime and turn the bullet back through the same hole. Yo, he could be nice like that. Westerns, I'm with you. I like that analogy. Andrew, Blue Heart, LOLKB, classy guy. Trust me. Blue Heart, the fact that Erling assisted KDB and then got assisted, just brilliant play. That synergy, them working together, it's only getting better. Cap goes, Grealish has most similar play style to KDB. Yes, I do like, you know what? I do like when Grealish kind of drops back. He gets the ball on the wing, kind of drops back, comes back in the midfield, but then he kind of squares up and comes across. You know, defenders hate to follow him. And when they don't, and then he kind of squares up and then comes back into the play, and now he's more central. I love seeing that. And I think I've talked about this often. There's points where he can either slip Gundogan, KDB, or Holland at times. I think we're going to get those more and more often in the future. How did Sane slip? Edison, I don't know. Pressure. I joked about this. Actually, it's kind of a joke, but not a joke. If you're not movie watchers, you should be, with regards to this one analogy. Born Identity, great series, okay? Not every movie was great, but a great series. There's actually a special on Amazon Prime. Why am I giving them promo? But it's called Treadstone. And Treadstone is actually a key thing within Born Identity. But I've been saying Treadstone for many City players that have now left the club. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. Many City players have left the club, and I call out Treadstone. Maybe Treadstone, Edison, might be the reason for why Sane slipped. Cap in the building. These counters sped up so much this season. Yeah. You see it. It's more instinctful. I want to also point out, if you haven't on my channel, please, in the description, I have everyone's channel that support this one. Mancunian Way is a great channel, great content. He's going to have a show later on today, I think in just over an hour from now. Is that right? No. Do you have a show later today? Yeah. Oh yeah, at 9:30. So please make sure, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, so when he goes live, you're noted. YouTube has been a little shady. I clearly am following my partner channels, and I'm not getting the notification until they've been live for like 40 minutes sometimes. So, do your best, maybe refresh, click on it a second time if you haven't. Blue Heart goes, you can almost hear Erling telling himself, kill that penalty straight away. Yo, he was on it. He was on it. Who's Bernardo's replacement? Virtual. You're asking me tough questions. I'm not ready to answer. But we'll get there. Trust me. We're going to get there. FIFA goes, Syria is a joke. They have overturned Juventus points deduction. They have. I don't know what that means for Juve if they're now top 4. Are they now top 4? Maybe Edison's still in the building. He can let me know. Blue Heart, Jack has to be the most improved player in the City team since the start of the season. Jack, Ake, it's a tough one, man. The fact that Akanji came here for the first year, he's also been impressive. Year 1, I've been impressed with that. But yeah, I think it's between Ake and Jack. Klilnical. I also want to mention Gundo was great yesterday. He was perfect. He was, and he showed when to be in the right pocket. I think he relieved Rodri at times as well. Andrew, they robbed him an assist, saying he tied the record. He broke it, and he even said it always counts over stats. It's true. I remember that. He didn't get credited for an assist that he should have. Edison goes, I'm saying that is the pitch. It's a bit too slippery. Okay. Beep goes, interesting. Sane is I'm not saying Sane is a Cite intelligent agent. I'm not saying that. But I am saying Treadstone with regards to some of these players that have left. I'm gonna leave it at that. Martin's gonna have to bounce shortly, so please, I'm going to get through these topics, and then I want to talk really briefly before you go, actually. And let me start this so I can come back to it. Martin, let me ask you this, man. Ake. I got to ask you about Ake. What do you kind of heard from my early hearings or whatever? I'm hearing it's a strain, but have you heard more than that? Have you heard maybe possible timelines? What's your thinking on
No,
that?
just it's a strain up to now. We're still waiting on the scans and everything else up to now. But
Okay.
he said himself that he's felt worse. So we'll say I don't think he's going to play on Saturday anyway. I don't think that ever was the plan. So we'll say, but I don't think. I know some are expecting the reserves out on Saturday. That ain't happening.
Well, I just put it on screen. Great. Ake, speedy recovery, my friend. I know we're going to need you. You've been excellent. You've locked up Saka. First 2 showings against him. You're going to be needed again. But let me do this. Let me do it clean.
Vader game.
Now. Whoo-wee. I got it there on screen, Martin. Our next game versus Sheffield United. Here's my possible 11. I don't know if you could see it because I could say it out loud for you.
No, I can see it.
Okay.
I've changed. I think there's 3 that'll change in there for me.
All right. So this is why always me, possible starting 11. I started a few comments earlier that threw out their 11. Let me put that on screen. Dr. Footy had Ortega, Lewis, Laporte, Akanji, Walker. Okay. He had Phillips, Palmer, KDB. And up top, he had Grealish, Holland, and Mahrez. Okay. FIFA had Carson, Lewis, Stones, Diaz, Walker. Oh, okay. We're pretty close. Perone, Calvin Phillips, Gundo in the midfield. Okay, close there. And then he had Jack, Alvarez, and Palmer up top.
FIFA doesn't want to go to the final, though.
FIFA, he's joking. Let me say this.
Perone's not getting in.
No,
Perone's not.
He's not.
I don't think Gomez will sign him. No. Well, I don't think Gomez does. I don't think this team is going to be as reserves as what some are saying that it's going to be.
Okay, so
I really don't.
I'm gonna say it for the sake of the show, those that may be listening, not watching. But I got Ortega, keeper. I got Laporte playing quote unquote left back. I got Diaz, Stones, Walker. Walker's playing right back. Then I got Gundogan, Calvin Phillips, and KDB in the midfield. Control, seriousness, handle business. And then I've got Cole Palmer, left wing, Holland at 9, and then Riyad Mahrez at right wing. Okay, so let me give you my thinking here. I think you control games with the midfield. Let's keep the quality within the midfield. Yes, we got to drop Rodri, give him some rest, but let's not have Phillips have to deal with someone else that doesn't routinely play in the midfield. So with the direction and maybe instructions that could also be given when their back is to goal for KDB and Gundo, maybe instructing Calvin where to move at times, that could be a sound midfield. I think defensively, my only real concern is maybe the pace. I'm not the Sheffield United. Do they have a pacey right winger? I'm not too sure, but that might be a concern with regards to Laporte. But Ake needs his rest. Could we see a Rico Lewis playing left back?
Yeah,
maybe.
I think Rico plays.
Okay, let me do this real quick. So Martin, what changes would you make?
I'm expecting similar to the Burnley game.
Okay. Wait, Burnley game. Did KDB start for that game? I don't think he did.
Haaland did.
Yeah, Haaland did, but I think it might have been. Was it Alvarez and Haaland that started? Oh, I can't remember now. Damn it!
I'll get the full lineup for you now.
I'm gonna have to look it up. But you think it's gonna be similar to that? Okay, I can look that up.
I've got it here.
Okay.
The lineup for Burnley was, and in its entirety, can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Was Ortega in that back three: Laporte, Diaz, Walker, Lewis, Rodri, De Bruyne, Alvarez, Mahrez, Foden, Haaland.
Okay. So the
Foden will play on Saturday. Yeah, Foden will play.
You think Foden's playing?
Yeah, that'll be used as Foden to come back. Yeah. He was on the bench last night, which tells me he'll play on Saturday. Did no one notice Foden was on?
No, I knew he was on the bench, but I thought, okay, yeah, he's still there, but he, probably rest him and make sure he's definitely available for Arsenal. Maybe I don't think he starts. I'm not hearing you if you're talking, Martin, but I don't think he starts. I think Foden remains on the bench and he gets subbed on just to make.
For who though? This is the problem. Sheffield United are on a very good run. Sheffield United are one win away from the Premier League. I think calculations right. 1 win. They're on a flying run. They are a very good team, very similar to Burnley. Now I know we smacked Burnley up 6-0. Mm-hmm. If you rest down too much, there is a chance you banana skin this game and get beat.
But the only rest is really Cole Palmer and
Cole Palmer won't start this. I'll be shocked if Cole Palmer starts this game. He didn't start against Burnley.
I know, but
no, this. I mean, why is Cole Palmer suddenly being thrown in?
Because Jack needs rest.
So you've got Alvarez and Mahrez.
Okay, all right. So
this is what I mean.
If Mahrez is starting, then Alvarez is going at left wing. Then.
Well, you could even go. I think the front three will be Foden, Alvarez, Mahrez.
Oh, I think I'm resting Foden, man. I think I'm resting him.
He doesn't need to. He's rested.
No, but I think
how much rest are you giving him?
No, I think he's rested in terms he doesn't start, but he plays. He's subbed on.
You can't throw a call. No, to me, he needs to get 90 minutes under his belt ready for Arsenal.
Okay, all right. Foden at left,
or even 60 minutes. He needs to get at least 60 minutes in his belt for Arsenal, and he might not even start Arsenal. He may go back to Bernardo Silva. There's no guarantees Phil Foden plays against Arsenal.
No, I know. Well, I'm missing.
We're just presuming now he's going to shoehorn straight back in. Has Bernardo Silva done a lot wrong? But my only worry is Calvin Phillips in that midfield. And I'm sorry to dig him out again, but I've not seen it.
Don't be worried. Don't be worried.
But you tell me, he's not performed once since he's been on.
No, but more time has passed. I think he's going to be.
The last time he played, mate, and he came on was Leicester City, and we lost the midfield.
Yeah, but there were way too many changes. I can't put that on him. There were way too many changes on that one.
But who are you putting around Calvin Phillips then?
I'm putting Gundogan and KDB.
Gundogan's possible.
And Gundogan and KDB are going to be subbed off around the 65th minute.
So who inverts? Are we not doing invertedness?
So this is where I would kind of change. I put clinical goals. He got Ortega, Laporte, Diaz, Stones, Walker. He's got Phillips, Gundo, KDB, Foden, Alvarez, and Mahrez. Okay, so he's close to what I had, except I had Cole Palmer. I've now conceded. I've taken Palmer off. All right, I'm agreeing with you, Clinical, as well as Martin. Foden's there, left wing. I have Haaland. I could drop Haaland for Alvarez, but I think Haaland still plays. Maybe KDB or no. I'm controlling the midfield. I'm sorry. Alvarez gets subbed on later this game.
But this is what I'm saying. If you have Phillips there and you're going to play Rico, and Rico inverts, you've got Rico and Phillips as your two holders, and that's too inexperienced. They're not ready for that.
Then we go with a. I wonder.
Unless we go 4 at the back and we don't invert and we play 4-3-3.
You know what's disappointing? Laporte should be able to play Stones' role on the left side, though. I would love for him to have been able to take on that same role, but now play the inverted role on the left side of the pitch.
Yeah, I think what we got to remember is, you see, I'm looking at the Burnley game as a bit of a signpost to where we're going. And he changed it, but he didn't, because he still brought Laporte in, he brought Walker in, but he still had Haaland, he still had Kevin De Bruyne. He still sort of, I think 3 or 4 will drop out. I don't think he's going to make as many rests. I'm telling you now, Perone and Palmer will not be on that pitch on Saturday to start. No chance.
I know, man. That's wishful thinking.
You're not respecting your opponents there.
I am.
No, I'm not saying you are. But if Pep does that, he's disrespecting Sheffield United. He's totally disrespecting them. And this is a team flying a confidence.
Okay, so you're saying Rico Lewis might be that's a little too much inexperience. And he hasn't played in a while as well. But okay, all right, here we go. I think I'm going to keep the same back four: Laporte, Diaz, Stones, Walker. I think.
So you're dropping Diaz?
No. I'm Laporte, Diaz, Stones, and Walker is my back four.
No,
Akanji gets dropped. Yeah. So we can get Stones doing the inverted role with Calvin Phillips.
See, okay. I'd go with Akanji and play the back four.
Oh.
I'm just worried about Stones playing all them games together with his injury record. That's just me personally. I know Clinical's had a go at me about Phillips. I understand that. But and it's get behind the players, but sadly not every single player makes it at Manchester City. Not every player makes it. You know, Mangala didn't make it. Jack Rodwell didn't make it. We can't always go give everyone a year because, you know, my whole point is with the Calvin Phillips he's 28. This is not a kid.
Yeah, don't age him though. It's okay. It's year
I've got to age. I've got to age him, Beta, because he is 28. At what point do we go? He's not a young kid.
I just think, yes, he's 28. Yes, there's still that player that played for Leeds. There is that player. It's not he's now 1 year
Yes.
removed and he's gone and he can't get to those levels. I think he's done to his own efforts as well. Not being fit can't prevent the shoulder injury that happens, but when he did get back fit to not be ready, I think that's on him. I think that same player that we were admiring over at Leeds is still there. But yeah, he's running out of
I
games
think
to
it
show it.
depends.
He's running out of games to show it. Hold on, let me
It
say this real quick.
depends. Well,
Duhart goes, Phil could start or he could come on if we're up 3-0, up at half. Pep can do another 5 changes to rest players for Arsenal. Yes, he won't do all 5 changes as quick as he did before, like a full swap out. He won't do that. But
yeah.
I do see him gradually taking players off and managing it in a way.
I don't know what it's going to be. I'll find out when I get down there. Well, when I arrive in London, I'll find out. But I'm like, to me, ideally, I'd give Foden 60 minutes, get the game won, take him off. I think he needs 60 minutes under his belt to have any chance for Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
I'll be honest with you, this is my big thing.
He's got to take a couple bumps. He's got to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, I don't think Foden. You've got to remember, this is not an injury. This is not an impact injury. This is an injury. It's not even an injury. Let's take the word injury away. It was just an operation that he had to have.
But there's still muscle tissue that needs to heal up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I just think it's a weird one. It is a weird one because I get what you're saying about Phillips. I totally get that. But I'll be honest with you, as a fan right now, and it's just me personally, I don't trust him. Yeah. And if we get beat, I'm telling you now, there will be uproar on him. Yeah. There'll be uproar on him. And it's not fair on the lad back. And the thing is, when he's coming out himself, he came out 4 days ago and said, I'm not good at the minute. Yeah. I'm not good. Yeah. He was live on TV saying it. Yeah.
I like
is the FA Cup semi-final right for him? I don't know. I'm in two minds with it.
The one thing that I've been a little not harsh on him, but I've recognized is when he's been on the pitch and it hasn't been the same quality of starters around him, I'm not as harsh in terms of criticizing him and judging him. I would like the reason why I took some time and thought about this. If he's surrounded by the same kind of team behind him, that back four, as well as the midfielders, I think there's a lot more consistency with regards to movement and maybe even what's being instructed on that pitch, and they can be in the right spot. I wouldn't want him in that midfield and it's like Phillips, Silva, and Gundogan. Like I wouldn't want
the trouble is with Phillips, mate, this is my issue. To get Phillips in that team, you need seasoned professionals around him to help.
And yeah, that's why I got Gundogan and KDB.
So that's my issue.
Yeah. Clinical goes, I think Pep will consider doing a double pivot with Roger and Phillips. Clinical, I disagree with you on that one, man. I don't think if he's playing Phillips, I don't think he's going to, use some running minutes.
We might not invert. We might go back to 4-3-3.
Yeah.
We might totally go back and just do 4-3-3 and just go, right? I don't know.
Damn. My bad. I realized Charlie goes, Sevilla, yes. So I'm assuming they scored. I meant to end this show by 3 p.m. my time, which is 8 for you guys. So I know that Europa game is taking place right now. Let me go to the comments real quick. I'm going to say this. So wait. We got Foden, Holland, Mahrez, Gundogan, Phillips, KDB, Laporte, Diaz, Stones, Walker, maybe a traditional back four. Maybe Stones dropped for a Kanji. I'm okay with that with regards to what Martin's saying as well. I'm okay with that. So this is going to be...
Are you playing Holland now? Have you dropped Alvarez?
I have dropped Alvarez, yeah. I think Alvarez is going to play a huge role in the Arsenal game. I think.
Yeah, true.
I think we might. See,
Are you dropping out for Alvarez in the Arsenal game?
I think we might see Grealish.
This is breaking news, ladies and gents.
We might see Grealish, Holland, Alvarez.
So you drop Bernardo?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
drop
chance.
Bernardo.
No chance he drops Bernardo for Arsenal. I'll have a bet with you on that one, mate.
No, sorry, not drop, but we might see Bernardo play left back.
To me, I think the Arsenal game will be the same 11 you saw last night.
Okay, I don't want to get so far ahead. See, I do this with Martin all the time. I start thinking 2-3 games ahead. He gets me every time.
Because I know the trouble is this Sheffield United one is a real weird one because fans are going in looking at it as Sheffield United. And all fans will deny that, but they are. You're all looking. A lot of fans right now have got one eye on the final. And if you haven't, you're telling lies. I'm telling you now, you all have an eye on the final. You have, some of you have put us right into the final already. But
some have,
Sheffield United will need to be dealt with and dealt with in a professional manner. And I think if we drop down too much, you saw it against Leicester City.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. And I'm telling you now, Pep's not stupid.
Yeah, he's not.
Do you know what they are? I'm not sure. Thinking about it, I wonder if Pep thought, you know what? Can I get away with a reserve team against Sheffield United? What I'll do is for the last 25 minutes against Leicester, I'll stick my reserves out on my second team. Won't call them reserves. My second team. See whether they can do it. And he's gone, right, no, that's that idea gone out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Pep does. I think he's had a look at it for 25 minutes and thought, can these do it against Sheffield United? Can I get away with that team? No, I can't. No, I can't get away with it. Right, I'm going back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not mad at that. I do want to shout this out. And again, I'm over time. I didn't mean to do it. The conversation's great. You guys in the chat's fantastic. Martin, as always, he gets me every time. But it's a great combo. Always love having you guys on the show. Now, I want to point out that Charlie first said Sevilla, yes. And then Charlie goes 1-0 Maguire mistake again.
You gotta love Maguire.
You gotta love him. Gotta love him.
Anyway, I'm gonna jump, mate.
Respect, my guy. Thank you.
Smash those likes. Subscribe to him, and Veta will come and join us later on, hopefully, over on the Mancunian.
I will be there. Thanks, man.
See you later, boys.
Take care. Chelsea forever goes Bader Mancunian 1-0 Sevilla. Let's go. That's hilarious. Blue Heart, thanks so much, man. Thank you so much for being in the chat. FIFA is always my guy. Stop the Phillips slander. I'm with you on that one. It's a little, you got to chill. Year one, we know what it is. Yes, rest Diaz. Rest Diaz, rest Stones. I think we rest Stones because, Stones he's a lot more miles, I believe. I haven't done the stats, but a lot more miles. Charlie goes, we don't have to play inverted. I agree. We don't have to. Give Calvin Phillips time. I'm with you. You can give everyone a year. Trust me, we do in our system. Actually, I would swap Akanji for Stones. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's what I meant to do. I'm cool with that. I see you, Klilnical. Thing is, and I'm going to have to jump. Thing is, with Phillips, we didn't have a normal start to the season, so I just have to consider that. But I fully get your point, Martin. Yeah, Martin's he's a little short on Phillips. A little short on him. Carson, we got him in the building. Safe phone for important games. Yeah, but to maybe know that he can take a couple of bumps and have trust in his body. Maybe that's something that we do. I don't want to keep you guys. I know you guys consume football of all types, and you're probably listening and watching the game. So let me not keep you guys too distracted. I am going to shout out every comment here. Klilnical, I think we go 4 at the back until Ake is back, unless Pep is going to double down on Laporte doing that role. Pep might be doubling down on that role. Yeah, I think he does. I don't think he puts Rico in that situation. I don't think he puts Sergio Gomez in that position. Rest Haaland. Haaland's not playing that entire game, people. We know that. He may start, but he's not going to play the entire game. Oh, man, I just remembered Bernardo played left back away to Arsenal. We might go back to that for these 2 games. We might. Klilnical, we might. Versatility. I can't wait. My first trip to Wembley, guys. Yo, Charlie, big up. Please take some type of imagery. Let me know what it's like. It'd be great to share. FIFA, play Carson Lewis, Laporte, Akanji, even though I think he is awful. Yeah, you don't rate Akanji, but you want us to rate Phillips. I do rate Phillips, but I rate both actually. Walker, Calvin Phillips, Perone, Jack Grealish, Alvarez, Palmer. I think you got a little too many changes, like Martin was mentioning, but I'm not mad at that thinking, FIFA. Every day I thank United for outbidding us for Maguire. Trust me, they thought they snaked us on one. They thought they scooped in and got the talent, and they say it about it all the time. Oh, Pep wanted Fred. Pep wanted Maguire. Pep wanted Wabasaka. They get out of here. Get out of here. Oh man, I forgot to say this. I'm curious to see Laporte play inverted. He got the passing range. That's what I'm saying. You know how we got Stones playing inverted on the right side of the pitch, right? We could have Laporte moved in and play that inverted role. Like it could be something, man. Gundo, I'm off. Catch you soon, FIFA. Much respect, my guy Rose. Again, blessing the channel. Thank you so very much. City have wealth of talent. The envy of their ops. I trust Pep to choose the best team for all competition. It's a good problem to have. It is a fantastic problem to have. And we can trust in the players knowing that if they happen to mess up, catch a mistake, that they're going to improve from it. We as a fan base, we encourage them. We're backing them to pursue and to just improve. Calvin Phillips this year, he'll do it. Same way we gave Rodri time to do it. Same way we gave Mahrez, Silva time to do it. And the same way we gave Jack, Gucci, Grealish time to do it. All right. So this is episode 79. Episode 79 of Why Always Me. This is Beta Games TV, and I hope you enjoyed the content. We talked about the Bayern 1-1 draw in the Champions League. A little bit of reaction, goal review. Obviously, we talked about FA Cup upcoming game, possible 11. You see it there on the screen. And we also discussed everything right there. All right. Hope you enjoyed the content. Rose, thanks for being on the channel. Klilnical. Instead of resting Haaland, Pep has started both him and Alvarez before and then took some pressure off Haaland. So I think Pep would consider both Rodri and Phillips and still take pressure off Rodri. Possibility, Klilnical possibility. I look forward to having this conversation with regards to the starting 11 again in the very near future. And I want to thank each and every one of you. If you answered the poll, thank you very much. If you hit that like button, thank you very much. And if you've subbed, thank you. I was 2 away from 300. At the end of the show, I'll know whether I've surpassed that 300 subs. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. Much love. Large up, Syracuse. Keep doing your thing. And with regards to this channel, every view, every comment, I always appreciate. So thanks for being here. Bless.